Another case of molestation has been reported in Bangalore, this time from KG Halli. A burqa-clad girl was walking towards a bus stop when the accused followed her and sexually assaulted her. The victim, in a bid to resist the attack, has sustained injuries on her lips, her tongue and her hand. The accused fled from the scene when a stray dog started barking at him. The family later approached the shop seeking CCTV footage and filed a complaint with the KG Halli police station. However, the KG Halli police say they have not received any complaint. We're joined by our reporter, Trisha, who's at the police station right now. And I want to point out to our audience that this young lady was fully covered and wearing a burqa, and that did not stop this individual from assaulting her in this horrid manner. I want to throw this back to all of those politicians who talked about what we were wearing and where we were. What do they have to say now? But first, let's get Trisha in on what the police are saying. Trisha, what is the police saying as a response at this point?
Right, Faye, days after the Kammanahalli molestation incident, another woman was sexually assaulted by a man in KG Halli in early hours of Friday. According to the police, the victim has been identified as a 25-year-old woman who was on her way to office near Govindpura bus stop when an unidentified man tried to molest her from behind. Also, the victim tried to resist the attack. However, she sustained injuries on her lips and her tongue, as well as the accused fled the scene. In fact, this incident is said to have taken place between 6 a.m. and 6:10 a.m. In fact, the victim immediately narrated the entire ordeal to her family, who rushed her to a hospital where she was treated as an outpatient, after which the family approached the KG Halli police station, and in fact, they also surrendered the CCTV footage to the police, where the police filed an FIR under 354 and 509 IPC. What we know at this point in time is that the police are scrutinizing the CCTV cameras and the investigation is underway.
Well, Trisha, is there a case here of the police not filing that complaint or not responding to the family of the victim?
Yes, right. Initially, Faye, we had the information that the police did not file the case, but however, after the victim, in fact, based on the victim's complaint, the police have filed an FIR.
While you're on the phone with us, give us an update on the MG Road case. How many arrests have been made? Has the police made any sort of progress? Today is the 6th of January. This happened on the 31st of December. Has the police made any progress in that entire incident?
Right, Faye, 6 days since the New Year's mass molestation incident, the City Police Commissioner Praveen Sood continues to maintain that they have found no evidence or received any formal complaints of sexual assault at the New Year's Eve celebration. In fact, the police also said that they have sifted through 45 CCTV cameras. However, they have found no evidence to back up the mass molestation reports. Now, but the City Police right now, they have filed about 4 suo moto cases, that is, 2 cases have been filed, registered in Cubbon Park Police Station, 1 in Ashoknagar Police Station, and the other has been filed in Indiranagar Police Station. Also, the City Police Commissioner Praveen Sood said that they are trying to contact the people who have been writing about the New Year's molestation case on social media so that they can track them, question them, and so that it can lead to an arrest of the accused.
All right, Trisha, many thanks for joining us on the phone line. Trisha Shetty joins me right now, as well as Abha Singh, who's also on the phone line. Trisha, the latest case, very, very upsettingly, that has emerged from Bangalore, and we have another case that's emerged from UP. So it just seems like crime against women is, at least it's being talked about. We know that this is not new. A case a day is normal in this country, but at least it's being talked about. But in this particular case, the young lady was out at 6 in the morning. She was not out at night. She was not out partying like everybody likes to ask. She was going to work. It was 6 in the morning and she was fully clothed, burqa-clad. In fact, it did not stop the perpetrator of this crime, Trisha.
I think we've said this time and again that your clothes don't invite molestation. The time of the, what time you're out on the streets don't invite rape and assault. So constantly indulging in any such line of questioning of the victim, we're trying to find out what did she do just before the assault that may have provoked the incident upon her, is extremely problematic. And not just that, right now it leads to nothing. So at this given point of time, I wish as a society, we focused and obsessed more on perpetrators of crime. We know that they are repeat offenders. We know that they are emboldened. Obviously, we are breeding a culture where the only thing we're obsessed with doing is figuring out where did the woman go wrong, how could she have avoided being sexually abused, as though, the onus of safety is always upon us. How does it matter if this said lady is in a burqa or in a skirt? I mean, I'm sorry, but just the very idea that people are saying, this could be your daughter, look, she's wearing a burqa, yet she got assaulted. So if she was wearing a skirt, is it okay for her to have got assaulted then? This whole idea of trying to figure out what this victim was wearing, where she was going, leads to nothing. It does nothing in identifying why she was assaulted. Maybe if we obsessed more over literally figuring out how can we make streets safer, can there be more CCTV cameras installed, can streets be better lit up, can we make sure that women have access to legal judiciary systems, to the police force. When we address all of those points that actually need to be addressed, that will help women's safety, is when we can look at, beti bachao, when we can look at women feeling safe in the society.
Well, Abha Singh is on the phone line. Abha, here's the unfortunate thing, and we keep talking about it. Our reporter telling us that in Bangalore, when this young lady and her family went to file a complaint, there was resistance to filing that complaint. The second case that has emerged right now from UP, where a 20-year-old girl had a portion of her ear cut off because she resisted gang rape. Her family went to the police, and the police did not file a complaint until the media made a huge fuss about it. Somehow the message, despite the kind of media glare on sexual assault, the police just haven't heard us. They haven't got the message. They haven't realized the gravity of what they're doing by turning victims away.
Definitely, I think the police apathy can be seen in this, or they are trying to cover up their increasing crime numbers, and that is why they don't want to register. Or maybe the molesters or the rapists have already approached them with big fat money, and that is why they try to scuttle the case away. However, after the Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013, 166A of the IPC was inserted, which clearly made it that in any case pertaining to women, be it a rape case or any other offence, the police has to write an FIR, and if it doesn't write an FIR, then a case can be filed against the cops who are refusing, and the imprisonment is from 6 months to 2 years. So I think it must be, the media must make a pressure on the government that you must file an FIR against the policeman who did not register the case in Bagpat, where the victim who was being gang raped, her ears were chopped off, and also in Bengaluru, where a molestation case, the woman went to the police station. I think till the time exemplary punishment is meted out to the policemen, and the people know that they have to write the complaint, till that time police will try to scuttle away these cases. And also what is important is that the conviction, as we were talking yesterday, that conviction has to be very speedy and 100% to deter, because ultimately criminal jurisprudence is about deterrence. There has to be a fear of law, which it appears is not so.
Well, there is another angle we have to approach here, ladies. And Trisha, while we've spent the last few days talking about the fact that the politicians in our country have gone out and made completely disgusting statements about women, let's also acknowledge popular culture. Let's acknowledge the fact that we still have, artists, if we want to call him that, like Singh, who goes out and makes songs that are completely derogatory, that the youth culture or the youth is completely accepting at this point. We have Hindi movies that sort of encourage, or Bollywood films that encourage stalking and groping and discourage consent. Somehow there's not enough of a hue and cry about any of that. Where are we missing the link here? Because it's one thing, and I completely agree with our demand here from last night, that politicians who make these statements should be punished and should be ejected from the positions that they hold. But why are we allowing it in popular culture in the meantime?
I completely agree. I think with celebrity comes responsibility. The Bollywood fraternity as a whole, marketing industries as a whole, need to take onus and understand that the kind of messaging that they've been putting out, they've literally treated women as objects. They're surely objectifying women over the years is problematic, is symptomatic of what we see happening on ground, where we see increased cases of stalking, where the concept of consent is not, is completely invalid, where men are being made to believe that the more you pursue a woman, she will fall in love with you. Even recently, I think there was a YouTube personality who releases videos on YouTube of pranks of going ahead and assaulting women on the streets and kissing them without consent. He had a whole series of such videos put out, and only after hue and cry and this being picked up by online publications did he take all of those videos down. But he had about 150,000 subscribers. So this kind of messaging that people are putting out there, women's consent is not okay, and Bollywood, the ad industry, they've all made it seem like women are just nothing else but objects. And I want to make a clear distinction here. I'm not moral policing. I in no way believe that women should cover up. I strongly believe in the concept of choice. But when the only thing you're doing with a woman is objectifying her, when you're constantly promoting stalking through our movies, when you have lines like, मैं तो तंदूरी हूँ, alcohol से गटका लो and थप्पड़ से नहीं प्यार से नहीं समझोगी तो थप्पड़ से समझाऊंगा. Such rubbish messaging that you're putting out there, how will you not influence people and make them believe that, violence is the way to a woman's heart, stalking is the way to a woman's heart? We need to reject all of this at every level. I think women should start, not just women, as a society, we should start boycotting these movies altogether and hold actors accountable and ask them to use their better sense when choosing item numbers that they want to be a part of, when choosing movies that they want to be a part of, when using such lines like thappad se nahi samjhogi to pyar se samjhaunga, whatever that was.
Right, and you know what, my team has just handed me a list of lyrics from Honey Singh songs from various movies and from various albums, and they're so disgusting that I'm not even going to read it out. It's absolutely disrespectful. Some of the things that are being said here, for parents who allow your children to listen to this music, you should listen to it once. It's repulsive, to say the least. And if we allow this sort of thing, we'll have young boys who grow up to believe that consent is not necessary, and we'll have young girls who grow up to believe that their consent doesn't matter, that even if they say no, nobody will care, which is the kind of India that we're looking at right now. Tanveer Ahmed joins us on the phone line. Tanveer Ahmed represents the GD.
Quickly?
Yes, go ahead, Trisha.
If I may.
Go ahead, Trisha.
Sorry, if I may just quickly come in here, specifically talking about rappers and the kind of horrible music that they put out there. Just today I read, I think in Delhi, universities have now come together to ban such artists from appearing in their campuses, and have said that they will not allow such artists to perform in their festivals, which I think is a great step that everyone around India needs to emulate.
Absolutely. If there is music or there's movies coming out that's disrespectful to women, and remember how we were all talking about this yesterday, where everybody else in Bangalore said, hey, you know what? It was not us. This is not what our city is like. And every city is coming out and saying that. Show that you mean it by not playing this music. Show that you mean it by not playing it on your radio station. Show that you mean it by not inviting these people to perform at your events, and actually weed out anyone who shows disrespect to women. Tanveer Ahmed, joining us from Bangalore, another shocking case, Tanveer, and it's arguably possible that this sort of thing is rampant, and we're just talking about it now. But for anybody who lives in Bangalore, this is embarrassing.
Exactly, this is very, very embarrassing for anybody living in Bangalore. I would say that it is totally a condemnable thing what happened. So it really shows one thing. I would like to really differ from what the panelists were saying. It is not the dress which matters, because today the lady who was molested was wearing a burqa. So it is a thought process. It is people don't have fear about law. The home ministers loose statements, the netas loose statements, the actors, and especially the advertisements. You eat a chewing gum, you can take a lady home. You just put some perfume, you can take her home. So we need to really make a lot of changes from bottom to top and top. So this change has to come in the society. But however, this is a shameful incident. The city has to rise. The country has to rise. The law has to be stringent. And we have to send a strong message to anybody who's involved in such activities. Only when then we can expect some changes to happen in the society. Till then, we all together as citizens need to really put a best fight across to safeguard the women who can really walk free on the streets of not only
Tanveer, I have a question for you. Tanveer, I have a question for you. Now, within Bangalore, given all of the evidence that we're seeing right now, will the citizens get together, put pressure on the government and the police to take these things more seriously? Because it's disheartening to hear that the family of this victim went out found the CCTV camera footage that we're looking at. They went themselves and found that footage and then took the footage to the police station and then attempted to file a complaint which the police refused to file. So there needs to be a certain level of pressure put on the police to say, listen, you have to take these things more seriously.
Exactly, Faye. I promise you one thing. We do have one of the best police commissioners. Those sitting in opposition, I would say, I would like to congratulate the government by putting across the best police commissioner. I promise. Behalf of Times Now, I'm going to go meet the commissioner in a day or two. Would definitely say that his police officers need to be trained a better way to handle complaints pertaining to molestation and rape, rather than questioning the women and her modesty, where she went, what is the kind of dress she is wearing. They need to file an FIR first and find out what exactly happened a little later. So I would promise on your channel that I'm going to meet police commissioner in a day or two and would bring this to his notice.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Tanveer Ahmed. Former ACP Ashok Kumar joins us on the phone line as well. Mr. Kumar, thank you so much for joining us. And you heard the answer that Tanveer just gave us. The truth is, we've heard from the family of the victim from today's case that the police was reluctant to file a complaint, and this is rampant. Trisha Shetty is with us as well, and we've been talking about it for months. The fact that the police tend to turn victims away, especially when it's assault and molestation, saying it's not such a big deal, let it go. What can we do to ensure that the police take these things more seriously?
Yeah, this is a very shocking and a very uncomfortable incidents happening. It is really. I have served in the police for 35 years, and when we were in the force, we actually controlled the crimes in Bangalore city. But one lucky thing the government has done, they have posted a wonderful police commissioner, Mr. Praveen Sood.
Actually, tell me this: you are in the best position to say this, to answer this question right now, since you were former ACP Bangalore. There's been a lot of speculation about what happened on New Year's Eve in Bangalore. Now, any of us who've lived in that city know that there is every year a certain number of people who gather on MG Road and Brigade Road to celebrate New Year.
Yeah.
The instance of this year, why was it different? Was it different? Does this happen year after year? And if it was different, what has changed?
No. The main is, see, in my 35 years, I have attended 28 years special duty on MG Road and Brigade Road. This year, what has happened, the government has transferred the officers who have worked more than 5 years in Bangalore city. That is the biggest blunder the government has committed. Bangalore needs the police officers with a lot of experience. Experience means those who have worked in Bangalore city should not be disturbed. Especially some good police officers shouldn't have been transferred. They have brought all the district police officers, those who do not know ABCD of the Bangalore city. They do not know how many people gather on MG Road. Moreover, there was all of a sudden a transfer. The commissioner, additional commissioner, and the deputy commissioner has been transferred. That relaxed the control of the situation. Moreover, the metro recently introduced in Bangalore city, from Peenya Dasaralli to MG Road, they can come. On Mysore Road, they can come.
Yes.
Very easy access to MG Road. That the police have not thought actually about the gathering. And they have posted only 1,200 or 1,500 men. It is meaningless because the crowd was more than 30,000-40,000.
So, Mr. Kumar, when was the transfer effected? Our reporter went to visit the police station and found that on the 1st of January onwards, the entire police transfers had been affected. But you said that these transfers should not have happened. When did the change happen within the police force in Bangalore? On what date?
No. In the police force, the main important person is the sub-inspector and inspector of the station house.
Yes.
These inspectors and sub-inspectors, those who have served more than 5 years, have been changed, and from the district, new sub-inspectors and inspectors have been brought by 5-6 months back.
Okay.
They have not understood the law and order problem and the crime problem and the traffic problem of Bangalore city. Even it was seen in the Kaveri Galata, heavy damage was occurred because the officers were not aware of the local problems. They don't have any informants. They don't have the contact with their own men. So these things also affects. the experienced police officers should have been in this type of the problems. Definitely, they would have controlled the situations.
They would have controlled the situation. And Mr. Kumar, why do you think these transfers were made in this manner?
No, on 31st of December, the senior IPS officers were transferred. The police commissioner, additional commissioner, and DCPs were transferred, concerned to the jurisdiction of MG Road and Brigade Road.
And also one last question before I let you go, Mr. Kumar. What action should be taken against those police officers who are reluctant to file complaints when victims approach them with cases of sexual assault or molestation?
No. You see, 166A of IPC, a case can be registered against the officer who refuses the molestation or rape case. That is the recent amendment of after Delhi's Nirbhaya case.
Yes.
A new amendment has been done and a case has been registered on an inspector of Fraser Town of Bangalore City. That is the first case registered against the inspector for refusing or even alter the complaint. Whatever the victim gives the complaint, it is the duty of the police officer to write down everything, point to point they have to write. If he fabricates the case, if he tries to divulge the case, a case can be registered against the police officer. That is the new thing that can be done now.
All right. I also have Mr. Mullah, who's on the phone line, who's also a former police officer. Please tell us, sir, like Mr. Ashok Kumar was telling us, that if there is an inspector or a police officer who refuses to file a case or turns away a case, one can file a complaint against him. Where does one go to file that complaint? For any woman who's watching right now who feels that she's not received justice, if I want to file a complaint against the police officer in question, where should I file that complaint?
See, first of all, it is disconnected.
Hello, can you hear me, sir? Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
First of all, it is mandatory on the part of a police officer in a police station to register any case verbatim. Whatever the complaint is given, it should be registered. Now, after Nirbhaya case, an amendment has been brought that failing to register such a case is an offence against the particular concerned police officer who fails to register it or alters it. So a case can be registered and investigated against him.
No, but who should?
Provision.
So, Mr. Mullah, if I want to file a complaint against the police inspector of my particular police station, where do I go to file that complaint? Should I go to one officer senior to him?
Yeah, the police hierarchy is structured in such a manner that there is a senior officer or another officer. Like over sub-inspector, there is an inspector. If inspector faults, there is an assistant commissioner of police. If he faults, there is a deputy commissioner of police. If everybody, even DGP faults, fails to do the justice, the court is there. So in a democratic setup, criminal justice system in our country particularly is well laid. Only we need to understand that.
All right. Trisha Shetty is still with us. Trisha Shetty, two former retired police officers from Bangalore on the phone line. Do you have a question for them?
I want to know what are they doing in regards to making sure that women will feel more safe in coming forth and actually reporting crimes of sexual assault when you have your home minister who makes such statements as he had in Karnataka. So how do you think women will feel safe and have confidence instilled to be able to approach police officials and come forth and let them know that, you know what, I've been sexually assaulted and I need help?
Right,
what do you think the police here can do to instill confidence?
Mr. Mullah, very quickly, what can the police do to instill confidence? Because we had a victim of sexual assault on the show who said she just did not have the confidence in the police to go ahead and file a complaint. What can be done to reinstate that confidence?
No, see, first of all, the confidence in police should always be there. Bangalore City Police is one of the best police in the country and they never failed in their duty. For example, the very fact that a woman walks in the night at the Kammanahalli incident is at 2:41 a.m. in the early hours. The very fact that she walks there goes to show that she has that confidence. And the another incident of this woman at 6 a.m. walking on the street goes to show that she has the faith in administration.
But sir, anybody who's watching this video right now has had that faith and confidence completely eroded.
I don't
agree with you.
I don't think one should not have that. That attitude or that thought itself. The police is very much alert.
No, sir, I would want to disagree with you. I grew up in the neighborhood of Kammanahalli. There isn't enough
home minister.
There isn't enough mobile patrolling that happens. The Hoysala vans do not come there often enough. This is the one-off stray, the CCTV camera that is available in that neighborhood, but it's not normally available. I don't think that that neighborhood is as safe as you're pointing it out to be. Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Congress joins us on the phone line. Priyanka, another distressing case coming out of Bangalore. And not enough being done about the case from the 31st, where no arrests have been made, no complaints have been registered. Is the state government not taking this seriously enough, Priyanka?
No, absolutely not. Firstly, I wouldn't want to come and defend something like this, but all I'd like to mention is to ensure that more women come forward and complain about this. Is firstly, when you say that no complaint has been filed, there has been an FIR filed on as far as the 31st incident is concerned. And 6 people have been detained, and more based on the CCTV footage that we receive. We would ensure that more and more people, whoever were found guilty of bad conduct, will be arrested or detained till further, inquiries. So, firstly, that we have that. The other episode that came forward was of a girl who was walking towards her home, and she was groped, which was absolutely unfortunate and something I would not want to defend. But an FIR has been filed in that case too. Now, as far as this is concerned, it is extremely unfortunate that there has been a series of events happening which would make any woman feel insecure. But it is the time to have faith in the police of Karnataka and believe and faith in the Karnataka government that they would ensure all that they can so that these culprits are brought to book. So this is something that needs to also come from the civil society, the cooperation that we expect, that they would come forward, they would complain about this, and they would get all kinds of security possible to ensure that the guilty are brought to justice. All
right. I have to wrap up the show. I want to thank Trisha, Shetty, and everyone else who's joined us on the phone line, including Priyanka. I just want to point out that the six arrests that have been made by the police in Bangalore are to do with the Kammanahalli molestation case that you're looking at on your screen. There have been no arrests that have been made as far as the 31st December mass molestation was concerned. The police are telling us that despite all of the photographs and the evidence that they're looking at, they have not found suspects yet. We're going to track that very closely. In the meantime, for everyone in Bangalore who wants to show your support for the women of the city, for the women of the country, there is a peaceful protest being organized tomorrow. I'm sure you've heard about it on social networking. Go out and show your support to your city and to the women of the city as well. Our contact details are on your screen. Thanks for watching.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Magicbricks NOW. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magicbricks NOW. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/Magicbricks NOW.